La hora, or time. This lesson is how to tell time. The question for asking, what time is it, is ¿Qué hora es? What time is it? ¿Qué hora es? We'll start with 1 o'clock. When you want to say it is 1 o'clock, you would say es la una. It is the one. Es la una. It's 1 o'clock. Son las dos. 2 o'clock. Son las tres. 3 o'clock. Son las cuatro. Son las cinco. Y son las seis. That's how you're going to say what time it is. Notice in Spanish they don't have the word o'clock. They just say it is 1, it is 2, it is 3, it is 4, etc. They don't have a word for it is 4 o'clock. And notice 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that goes all the way to 12, is going to be son las. The only one that's different is going to be 1 o'clock, which is es la. Because there's only one, it's singular, es la una, whereas the rest are all plural. There's more than one number. It becomes son las dos, son las tres, son las cuatro, son las cinco, son las seis. When we're telling time, it's important in Spanish to know that there are two sides to the clock. There's the left side of the clock, which is from the 30 all the way up to the 59. And there's the right-hand side of the clock, which is 1 through 30. How we tell time on each side of the clock is a little bit different. So let's start with the first side of the clock. For example, it's 1:05. Es la una y cinco. It is the 1 and 5. Literally is what that means. Es la una y cinco. Notice the colon is pronounced y. For example, es la una y cinco. If we want to say it's 2:10, we would say son las dos y diez. It's 2 and 10. 3:15. Son las tres y cuarto. Notice we say cuarto, that means a quarter. In Spanish, they generally do not say 15. Son las tres y quince. Usually not how they say it. They'll say son las tres y cuarto. It is 3 and a quarter. 4:20. Son las cuatro y veinte. 5:30 will not be 5:30. It will be son las cinco y media. Media means half. So it is 5.5. As if you're dividing a pie into 4 different pieces, this is half the pie. Son las cinco y media. And if you want to say 6 o'clock on the dot, you can just say son las seis. But if you want to say on the dot, in Spanish you can say en punto. Son las seis en punto. It's exactly 6 o'clock. Notice again that we're on the right-hand side of the clock, and numbers 1 through 30 are going to use the word y. Let's flip sides of the clock now. We're going to be on the left-hand side of the clock. Numbers from 31 all the way up to 59. So in this case, we have 135, 240, 345, 450, and 555. They're going to use the word menos. You're not going to use y on this side of the clock. You're going to use menos. Let's look at a couple of examples. 135 would be es la una, but we're going to change that. Instead, we're going to say son las dos, it is 2 o'clock, menos 25, it is 2 minus 25. So we're going to start with the next hour and subtract backward. Son las dos menos 25. 240 becomes son las tres menos 20. It is 3 minus 20. 345 becomes son las cuatro menos cuarto. Again, it is 4 minus a quarter and not 15. 450, son las cinco menos 10. It is 5 minus 10. 555, son las seis menos 5. And if you want to say 6 o'clock on the dot again, you can say son las seis en punto. Let's wrap this up. Y is what you use on the right-hand side of the clock. Menos is what you'll use on the left-hand side of the clock. And we have to consider it divided in half. If it's on the dot, you can say en punto. If it's 15, you would say y cuarto. If it's 30, you would say y media. And if it's 45, you would say menos cuarto. Those are the four quadrants, or the four quarters, four pieces of the pie. You would say 0 en punto, quarter, half, and minus a quarter. And to finish up, on the left-hand side, you're going to use menos, and on the right-hand side, you'll use y. That's how to tell time in Spanish, using menos and y.